When we think of bacteria, we think of germs, dirt, and disease. However, did you realise that we are actually made up of more bacterial cells than human cells? There are in and around 100 trillion bacteria in or on our body. Gross, right? However, not all bacteria are bad, and we do need them to maintain good health. We need bacteria to break down food, absorb nutrients, and fight off unfriendly bacteria that may cause diseases such as diarrhea. Most of the bacteria is found in the gut, with the main colonisation found in the colon. Bad bacteria produce toxins, carcinogens, encourage the growth of bad bacteria, and may create intestinal gas. Whereas good bacteria helps break down undigested food, discourages the growth of bad bacteria, helps maintain a good, healthy gut while stimulating the immune system, and even produces some vitamins. When you think about it, the food that we eat actually contains bacteria, and so it's not surprising that 90% of microorganisms are found in the gut, and over 70% of our immune system is actually found within our gut too. This may be why our lungs and our gut are the most vulnerable to infection. Without getting too sciencey, in terms of supporting our immune system, there are 3 lines of defense along the gut wall. The mucosal layer, which can dry out as we age, the epithelial layer, which is single-celled and the most vulnerable part of the immune system, and the bacterial layer, which is the one in which we can influence through our diet. Basically, we want to build a strong, good bacterial layer that will protect the other 2 layers from the bad bacteria, which may cause some diseases and infection. The 2 best known bacterial cultures that are known to support gut function are bifidobacteria and lactobacilli. So with that in mind, how do we keep the good bacterial levels topped up? We want to create an environment where the good bacteria want to grow and multiply to create a strong barrier along the gut wall. My first tip is to eat foods that will support the growth of the good bacteria. These foods mainly provide fibre and act as fertiliser for the good bacteria to grow. They include, but are not limited to, foods such as garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, beans, pulses, and oats to a lesser extent. I think you will agree that it should be easy to incorporate these foods into a healthy, balanced diet. My second tip is related to my first. You should incorporate whole grain foods to help increase your fibre intake and help promote the growth of good bacteria. As a nation, we should be consuming 30 grams of fibre each day. However, we currently only consume 19 grams. Keeping the skins on vegetables and potatoes, opting for a variety of colours, choosing beans and pulses, and always opting for whole grain bread, pasta and rice will all help. My third tip is to ingest a good bacteria, but how do you do that, you may ask? There are plenty of supplements out there, however this isn't necessary. Opting for yogurt style drinks and desserts is a much nicer way to ingest a good bacteria. However, there are a few things that you should note to ensure that you buy the right ones. Don't opt for live yogurt, as this is not the same. This bacteria is killed off by the stomach acid, whereas active cultures aren't and are able to reach the colon alive. This is how reputable products such as Activia, Actimel and Yakult will prove that their product is robust. They will have evidence to show this. The product's strain or strains should be shown on pack and should be in 3 parts. They usually start off with lactobacilli or bifidobacteria, and then there will be 2 other parts. For example, Casei shirota. Finally, each product should state how many are in it, and it should be in its billions. My fourth tip is don't give up on my third tip. The National Institute of Health and Care Excellence, otherwise known as NICE, guidelines recommend that you should consume active cultures for a minimum of 4 weeks before you may see any digestive health benefit. During this period, you should stick to the same product. This is because all strains have different health benefits. We are also all different and therefore have a different bacterial makeup. Some strains may make some people more bloated whilst others won't. If you mix products, you won't know which ones work for you. My final tip is not food related. Stress can have a massive impact on your gut health, with emerging research on its complexity being discovered. It is thought that this is partly due to the increased production of the hormone cortisol, which is fine in those fight or flight situations. However, if over a prolonged period of time, it really can impact the communication from the brain to the gut, which will cause disturbances in our gut health and our bacterial layer. So tip 5 is to limit the amount of stress in your life where possible. For example, if work pressure is too much, take a step back, reprioritize and make a list. If you feel increasingly anxious, try to use breathing techniques to calm you down. Eating regular meals that are well balanced help, ensuring that you have a good bedtime routine, and finally, regular exercise is a great way to re-sync the day and let out any frustrations or stress. For more information on stress, check out my stress video on the We Are ESS YouTube channel. Thanks for watching ESS Wellness Tips and Advice. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe for future tips.